So welcome everyone to this session on Introduction to Data Science by Edvancer and UPES. What's the agenda for the day today? So initially allow us a few moments to introduce ourselves, introduce Edvancer, who are we, introduce UPES, and then we will get into the core of this session, core of this class, which is a brief introduction to data science. Then we'll move on to careers in data science, which I'm sure a lot of you here are interested in. And then again, allow us a few minutes to introduce our program, the PG program in data science by UPS to you guys, which shall help you to create a career in data science. At the end of this session, I shall open up the floor for questions and answers. So any questions till then, I would request all of you to hold on to them. And once I open up the floor, I'll answer each and every one of your questions. So requesting your patience till then, and I'll be happy to take up any question you may have at the end of this session. So about Edvancer is an IIT alumni venture. And what we are is a data science and AI knowledge hub, which is designed to meet the learning needs of all kinds of professionals, be it people who are new to data science, like most of you here, or those who are already working in data science and want to upskill or reskill themselves into newer tools and technologies. So what we do is we provide online training in data science so that you can learn anytime and from anywhere. And how exactly you're going to do that, I shall come to shortly during the course of this session. Over the last 7.5 years, we have trained more than 7,000 people globally in data science. And today, all of them stand testament to our capabilities in terms of training people in this field, helping them start a career, getting them jobs, etc. If any one of you has gone through the very popular Analytics India magazine or Analytics Vidya blogs, you would notice that we have been rated as one of India's top 5 data science training institutes by them. And again, these are third-party testaments to our capabilities. So who am I? My name is Atarsh Shah. I'm the co-founder and CEO at Edvancer. And before starting Edvancer in 2013, I had over 6 years of experience in the investment banking industry. And post that, I now have almost 8 years of experience in education management. I worked with global investment banks like Lehman and Nomura, and I'm a postgraduate in management from IIM Lucknow and also an engineer from Mumbai University. My co-founder on the data science and AI vertical is Mr. Lalit Sachan. Lalit has over 8 years of experience again in data science alongside Edvancer and prior to Edvancer, and he's worked as a data scientist handling end-to-end projects. He's completed his post-graduation from ISI Kolkata and he's a BTech from IIT Kanpur. So that is how we are an IIM IIT and even an ISI alumni venture. About UPS. UPS is our partner on this program. UPS, the University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, Dehradun, is one of India's largest and best known universities. It's recognized by UGC, accredited by NAAC, and it offers over 100 different programs with more than 600 faculty and currently trains more than 12,000 students at a time. UPS works with more than 3,500 employers and has placed more than 13,000 students till date across various verticals. The UPES Center for Continuing Education, through which we are offering this program, offers executive education to working professionals and students through a distance learning and online mode. So UPS also has been awarded the global 5-star rating by the QS Ratings Agency, which is one of the world's most popular university rating agency, and it has been rated as 4 stars for teaching. It has also been awarded the best university for placements and employability by Times Now. So clearly one of the best universities to, get a certificate from, to learn from and get a certificate from. So coming to the core of this session, what exactly is data science? So before I get into what exactly is data science, I would like to hear your thoughts on the same. What do you think is data science? What is your understanding of it? So put in your thoughts into the chat box. and I'll read out some of those for the others, and then we can proceed from there in terms of giving you our understanding of data science. So I'll pause here for a few seconds to collect your responses, read out a few of them, and then move forward. Let's have the first response coming up. So Anusha says data science is the collection of data, processing data, that is data mining. Okay, that's part of data science, I would say, not the entire field by itself. Jaya says it's tools to derive insight from data to make better business decisions. All right. So again, it goes much beyond tools, Jaya. Anand says it's analyzing raw data. All right. Balkrishna says it's a collection of data, analyzing the data, and process improvement. Okay. Rajesh says it's extracting value from data, which helps in business development. Okay. It's way, way beyond business development, Rajesh. I think you'll be surprised today. Bhavin says data science is about converting the big data into a research-based analysis for process improvement. Okay, I got that, Bhavin. Om says it is collection and analysis of vast data. Okay. Shahrukh says that actually data science means collecting raw data in various formats and analyzing and sorting that. Okay. So I've got a lot of other responses here, which I'm not going to read out in the interest of time. But suffice to say that some of you have a basic idea, some of you not so much. In case anyone wants to speak and elaborate further on their thoughts or give us their thoughts, let me know and I can quickly unmute you. One or two people only. Right? Anyone who wants to speak and give their thoughts, just put into the chat that you would like to. No one? No one would like to speak? Go ahead. I mean, don't feel shy. Everyone here is here to learn. Don't feel shy about it. So if you'd like to speak, give us your thoughts. Do let me know. Yeah, Bhavin. Okay. Let me quickly unmute you. I hope you're not in a very noisy environment. Okay, Bhavin, you are unmuted.
Yes. So basically, data science is about there is a lot of data available in the market in the organizations, right? So there is a huge inventory of data, we can say, but how to get a better output from that data or improve the efficiency of the process, be it any process, be it business development, be it scientific research, be it result analysis, any process. So it's a scientific approach, like say, to improvise those process.
True. It's a scientific approach, but it also goes much beyond processes. And that's where, you'll probably learn a few examples of how data science is being used. So I'll take you through a few examples and that should enable you to understand that it goes much beyond processes.
Sure.
Anyways, thanks. Thanks a lot, Bag. I'll put you back on mute.
Sure.
Anyone else? Final chance. Anyone else who wants to speak? Balkrishna. All right, sure. So after Balkrishna, I'll then move on. Yeah, Balkrishna.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. Tell me.
About the data science, I would tell that it's a data analysis, data analytics, in order
Hmm.
to take some decisions regarding any process improvement.
Okay. Okay. So again, it is data analytics to take decisions about process improvement. But again, as
See,
I mentioned to
basically,
Bhavin,
chemical
yeah.
engineer, and
Hmm.
in our plant there are a lot of data.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. So you were saying in your
So
plant
there is
there's
a
a
lot
lot of.
of data. Any critical process parameters there. Hello.
Yeah, Balkrishna. Sorry, I kind of lost you there. Couldn't catch you.
Yeah, yeah. It was not connecting actually properly. What I mean to say is that there are
Hmm.
a lot of data in the plant actually. From my
Hmm.
perspective, I would tell is that so there are a
Okay.
lot of data there, and which data is impacting the overall totality of the process improvement, I would say. So,
Okay.
so we no doubt we are been collecting the data and upgrading our processes. But if there is some technology in short, which
Hmm.
which which take all the critical process parameters and guide the process in an efficient way.
Hmm.
For me, it
Okay.
is a sort of like a kind of data
Okay.
science.
Okay, got that. So basically, since you come from a process and engineering process engineering background, I think that is how you
Yeah,
relate to it, and that's actually good
yeah,
because that tells you that data is everywhere, and eventually you can actually analyze that data to make sense out of it in any kind of
yeah,
field. Yeah. So
yeah, yeah.
thanks, Balkrishna. I'll put you back on
Yes,
mute and
yeah,
proceed from here. Thank you. All right. So again, I think obviously, given that each one of you comes from a certain background, uh, all of you understand data analysis from that kind of perspective. But let's take a more generic view of it and also see a few examples of how data science is being used. So Praveen, in the interest of time, I'll move on from here. Maybe we can speak later on. So data science is the application of computer technology, statistics and mathematics, and domain knowledge to solve problems in business and industry to aid efficient and effective decision making. Now, that's quite a long definition, so let's break it down into various parts. What is data science? It's the application of three things: computer technology. Now, why computer technology, right? Why technology? Let me put it in that sense. So today, when we talk about data, we are not talking about just a few rows and columns of data which can fit into an Excel sheet. Now we are talking about data which is in the region of gigabytes, hundreds of gigabytes, terabytes, even petabytes for in some cases. Such humongous amount of data, which could be in any kind of format. It's not just numbers. It could be text, it could be video, it could be audio, it could be a mixture of all of these things. Such humongous amount of mixed format data needs very specific technology, right from the point of collecting that data, storing that data, processing it to make it suitable for analysis, then analyzing that data in as quick a time as possible, bringing out the meaningful insights from it, understanding what those insights mean, and eventually creating strategies and deploying those insights back into business. All of these things require specialized technology to be able to do so, right? And that is where technology comes in. And as a data scientist, you will be learning a lot of these technology, or let me say tools, right? So someone mentioned tools earlier in their understanding of data science. Yeah, but tools is just one part of it. The other part is statistics and mathematics. Statistics and mathematics is basically, or rather, is the field which provides us the various algorithms and techniques of actually analyzing that data. there are multiple dozens of ways in which you can actually analyze data, dozens of algorithms which you can use to analyze data. Each of those algorithms, each of those techniques have their own pros and cons. Each of them can be, used in certain cases. Some may not work well, some may work well. So as a data scientist, you need to be able to understand which kind of algorithm or technique, which kind of statistical or mathematical algorithm or technique to use for what, to solve what kind of problem when faced with certain kind of data. So as a data scientist, that is your main task, to understand what algorithm and technique can I use, how does it work, and what kind of output do I get from it, and how do I understand that output. And then eventually comes domain knowledge. Domain knowledge is the knowledge of the industry, of the business, of the company for which you are actually analyzing the data. That domain knowledge is important at a certain stage because it tells you what kind of data is necessary, what kind of data is important, which data could be garbage, which data could actually mess up your analysis. And once you get the output, what is the meaning of that output? Because that output is in statistical or mathematical format. You need to be able to translate it back into business understanding. And that is where domain knowledge is also important. But it is not important at every stage of the career. At a more junior stage, at a more junior level, domain knowledge is not absolutely necessary. But as you grow along, then it becomes more necessary. And for those who have some experience, domain knowledge actually adds a lot of value. And why are we applying these three things? So as you would see, data science is not just, programming or technology or tools by itself. It's not just mathematics and statistics by itself. It's not just business understanding by itself. It's actually a perfect combination of all three things. So why are we applying these three things? It is to solve problems in business and industry. Today, businesses and industries face a lot of problems across, any of their verticals, be it marketing, be it sales, be it supply chain, be it finance, HR. There are a lot of problems to be solved, and those problems can be solved by the analysis of data. So wherever there is data, you can take that data, you can analyze it, you can bring out the insights from it, you can make predictions about the future, you can automate the decision making process, and that is where data adds a lot of value in terms of problem solving. So the eventual goal is to aid efficient and effective decision making, right? So decision making is no longer based on the experience, gut feel, or guess estimates of the manager taking that decision. Now decisions are taken once they are backed by the analysis of data, right? So data science is simply a scientific process. So as Bhavin also mentioned earlier, it's a scientific process, right? Right. So it's a scientific process of converting raw data into knowledge to support this decision making. And the goal is eventually to improve performance, be it that at a business or a company level, at a society or at a social level also, or even at a personal level, by gaining knowledge from data, right? So let's take a few examples of how data science is being used across various, industries, verticals, and that will also give you an idea as to how and where data science is being used. So let's take the example of the sales vertical. Some of you here may be working in sales and you'll be able to understand this perfectly. But imagine that you are working for a large company, a B2C company, which has hundreds of thousands of customers. Now, this company launches a new product and it needs to be, the existing customers of the company are also very good possibilities to purchase that product. So will you go out and market this product to each and every one of these hundreds of thousands of customers? You can do that. You can do that, but it is going to take a lot of resources. It's going to take a lot of money to market to each and every one of them. It's going to take a lot of time, and it's going to take a lot of people who are going to be involved in doing that. Is there a way that you can actually reduce the resource necessity? Because when you invest all these resources, eventually a certain number out of those hundreds of thousands of customers is going to purchase that product. Let's say it's 25,000, right? So you may have 5 lakh customers, out of which 25,000 purchase this new product from you. Now you have invested a huge amount of money, and the return you're getting is only on those 25,000 people. Your return on investment is very low. How do you increase that? So one way is where you actually analyze the historical data of your, I mean, data is always historical. So you analyze the data of your customers, be it, it could be any and every kind of data point, right from their demographics, their age grouping, their gender, their locations, uh, what have they purchased from you in the past, how frequently have they purchased from you in the past, what kind of spending they have done with you in the past. Any and every kind of interaction that you have had with them is a data point. You can actually analyze all that data to figure out which of those customers has the highest probability of buying this new product from you, right? So eventually, out of those 500,000 customers, you can narrow down to, let's say, 1 lakh people. Uh, am I audible to all of you? I just got a message saying that I am not audible. Am I audible? Just put in a yes if you can hear me. Yes. Okay. I think some issue at JS and okay. Okay. So by analyzing all that data, you come up with a probability, let's say that about 75,000 of those customers have a probability of more than 70% of purchasing this new product from you. So you go ahead and market only to those 75,000 people. And out of those 75,000, you are actually able to convert about 18,000 of them into paid customers. So now your resource investment is much, much lower than what it was earlier, and you have almost achieved the complete target that would have been about 25,000. Your return on investment is of the order of multiples of what it was earlier. So this is where data science comes into the picture to enable a company to do a lot of targeted marketing and sales, be able to figure out who is most likely to purchase, and hence increase ROI significantly. This is something called as cross-selling or upselling. Cross-selling is selling one more product to someone who has already purchased another product from you. Upselling is selling a higher value product to someone who has already purchased a lower value product from you, or maybe converting a free trial user into a paid user, right? So that is where you can actually analyze all that data to be able to figure out who is most likely to convert and then convert out of those. Let's take another example, that of the telecom industry. In the telecom industry, because of mobile number portability, there is frequent churn or movement of people from one service provider to another. People change their service provider, let's say from a Vodafone to a Jio or a Airtel to Vodafone, etc. And this churn hurts the revenue generation of these telecom companies because they lose a customer, and on top of that, then to fill that hole left by the customer, they need to get a new customer, and hence they need to spend more to get that new customer. So their profitability reduces. Telecom companies want to control churn to the lowest minimum possible. How can they do that? Right. So one way out again is to analyze the data of all the customers of the telecom company of a certain period and see which of those customers actually left and which customers are remaining, and what are the common factors amongst those who left the service, right? So this is where data science comes into the picture. Now think about this. A telecom company has hundreds of millions of customers, a company like Airtel or Jio. Each and everything that you do with that company is actually captured as a data point with them. Whether it is the documents you have submitted to that company regarding your details, whether it is the way you are using their service, how many calls do you make in a day, what kind of calls do you make in a day, do you use ISD, do you use STD, uh, do you do a lot of calling at night, do you send a lot of SMSs, how much internet do you use, when do you use it, on what apps do you use it, what are your interactions with their call center team, what are your interactions with their store. All and everything is actually captured in their records as a data point, and today these telecom companies are sitting on terabytes of data. So in order to solve this problem, they actually have to analyze a huge amount of data, which can only be done by using various specialized tools and techniques. Now, through this analysis of data, what they are trying to do is figure out or predict that out of their existing customers, who is most likely to leave their service in the near future. Let's say in the next 2 weeks or in the next 1 month, etc. Again, they come up with a kind of probability factor for each of their existing customers based on their data points, that this person is most likely to leave our service in the next 1 month. Then they will go to that person and start giving him some offers or maybe resolve his issue, whatever it may be, and try to retain him, right? So that's how telecom companies try to control the churn, by actually predicting who is going to leave their service. Think about it. Across their hundreds of millions of customers, they are trying to predict which few tens of thousands of customers are going to leave their service. Another example is that of the banking industry. When you go to a bank for a loan, they don't just give you the money like that, right? They give you, they make you submit a lot of documents, they collect a lot of data about you. Why are they doing that? They are doing that to understand who is most, if they are giving you a loan, how likely you are to pay that loan back on time, right? Now they are sitting again on a lot of data about their historical customers, people who have paid the loan on time, people who have defaulted completely, or people who have delayed payments. They have all these groups of customers, and they have again a lot of data points about them, right from their transaction history with the bank, what kind of spending they do, their background, their income levels, their education background, etc. A lot of data. Now, through all that data analysis, again, they are trying to find out the common patterns amongst those where uh, they defaulted on the loan or delayed the payment on the EMI. And again, they give out a score based on all that analysis of data, which is called as a credit score. That credit score, higher the score it is, the likelier the chances that you will pay back on time. And lower the score, like it is more likely that you will default on that loan. So below a certain level of score, a cutoff, no bank will ever give a loan or a credit card, right? So your score depends on a lot of factors, including your past history of loans, etc. In case you don't have any past history, then it will depend on a lot of other factors like your income, your education, your family background, etc., etc. How many of you here have heard of CIBIL, CIBIL? Anyone heard of that? Yeah, Bhavinas. Anyone else? Anusha, great. Bhagyashri, good. So CIBL is the Credit Information Bureau of India Limited. What it does is it is a centralized agency which collects all the data points from all kinds of banks and non-banking financial companies, insurance companies, telecom companies regarding payment history, regarding loan history, regarding credit card history, and based on all that history it comes up with a credit score about you. So anyone who has any banking or transactional history with a bank can easily check their credit score with CIBIL, right? And a lot of new banks, new financial companies look at the CIBIL score to understand whether to give you a loan or not. Let's take a look at the retail industry or the e-commerce industry, let me put it that way. So when you're browsing websites like Amazon, Flipkart, various other e-commerce portals, when you are browsing a product, you also see certain things like recommended products for you, or people who saw this also saw this, or sponsored products, etc. How are they actually coming up with these recommendations? What are they doing to come up with these recommendations? And why are they doing that? So when you are browsing a product, what you are doing is leaving a certain kind of data point with um, on their database. Let me put it that way. Every time you do something on the website, you click on a product, you view something, you buy something, you add something to the cart, you remove something from the cart, all of those are data points for them. Now, when you go to the website, you browse a certain product, do you think there are actually some humans sitting at the back end saying, wow, Srinath or Priyanka or Jaya came on our website, let's show them these other 15 different products also? No, it's not humanly possible to do that because one, these companies are simultaneously serving hundreds of thousands of people, and they again have hundreds of thousands of products to sell, right? So it's not humanly possible to do all of that in the 2 seconds, the 3 seconds that it takes for the page to load on your mobile or on your laptop. So this is actually an automated system called as a recommendation engine. Now this recommendation engine needs to be very accurate in making those recommendations, because the more accurate the recommendations, the more you will browse different products. The more you browse different products, higher is the likelihood that you will end up purchasing something on that visit. So for these companies, there is a direct correlation between their revenues and the accuracy of these recommendations. So this automated system called as a recommendation engine, which is based on something called as machine learning. I guess a lot of you here would have heard of machine learning. Machine learning is a part of data science. Based on machine learning, this system is actually collecting all the data points about what you are doing on that site, what other people like you are doing on this, have done on the site, what people like you have purchased in the past, what you have purchased in the past, what people have purchased after seeing this product, what people have purchased after buying this product. A lot of data is actually being collected in real time, analyzed in real time, and the output is being sent out in real time. So as I said, in the 3 or 4 seconds that it takes for the page to load, all this is being done and these products are being recommended for you. Yeah. So machine learning is based on more maths. Data analytics is based on more statistics. So that's where statistics and maths comes into the picture. So data science can be used today across any kind of industry, be it manufacturing, be it pharma, telecom, education, supply chain, HR, airlines, real estate, media, advertising, insurance, any and every industry. Wherever there is data, you can analyze that data, make sense out of it, make predictions, automate decision making through machine learning, etc. Right? So there is no limit to where data science can actually be used. Let's look at some of the various tools and technologies which are used in this industry. The most popular tools which are used to analyze data are called as R and Python. R and Python are languages which are free and open source, so anyone can use them. It is free to use, free to download, and free to modify, etc. So R and Python are the two most popular tools used in this industry. R is used more from a statistical analysis standpoint. Python is used more from a machine learning and artificial intelligence standpoint. Then there are various other tools and frameworks called as Hadoop, Spark, which are used to actually store and process huge amounts of data in various formats. So if you have, terabytes of video, audio, text data, you can use Hadoop and Spark to store that data across a cluster of servers, process that data in a very quick time across those servers, and then send it to your data scientists and for analysis purpose. SQL is, I think a lot of you are should be familiar with SQL. It's the structured query language which is used to work with databases, right? So any data scientist today needs to know SQL mandatorily, because all the data is stored in databases, data warehouses, data lakes, and you will need SQL to be able to extract that data, work on it, analyze it, and put it back. And finally, there is a tool called as Tableau. Tableau is used to visualize data. In the sense, it is used to create various dashboards, charts, interactive visualizations of data. It may not be able to predict what is going to happen in the future, but it will be able to tell you what has happened in the past or is happening right now, right? So Tableau is used in the world of business intelligence, etc. So let's come to the section on careers. So first and foremost, what's the market buzz on data science? So as per the International Data Corporation, the worldwide data analytics market is set to grow to $203 billion from $130 billion. That's a very, very rapid growth that is happening. As per a survey by Ernst & Young, 56% of senior management say lack of talent is the greatest single barrier to the implementation of data science and AI. So what they are saying is that they are not able to find the right kind of talent, skilled talent, to be able to help them implement data science and AI solutions in their organizations. IBM says that the annual demand for data scientists, data engineers is going to reach nearly 700,000 openings by next year. And that's a significantly huge number. As per a survey by Analytics India magazine, close to 97,000 positions related to data analytics are being advertised every month this year and last year. And that's again a very, very significantly high number. As per Times of India, data scientists earn much more than CAs and IT professionals. And as per Economic Times, there's a 400% increase in demand in India for AI and data science skill sets. So quite clearly, there's a lot of buzz and hype about data science and the need for data scientists around the world. And even in this pandemic situation where people are losing jobs in various other sectors and industries, there is still a boom in hiring in data science. So again, some clippings from news articles saying that Cognizant plans to invest in growing digital skills and is looking to hire 20,000 people in digital skills, which is essentially data science, AI, cloud computing, etc. Even in the slowdown, Cognizant is going to retain its digital talent. TCS says that it is offering double the package for fresh graduates with digital technology skills in data analytics, machine learning, AI, etc. Similar with Wipro and other companies. In Infosys, digital skills will decide pay hikes, right? Don't expect more than a 10% salary hike unless you are an AI expert, which means AI and data scientists are going to get much more than a 10% pay hike. Startups in India pay huge salaries to attract talented data scientists. And as per Deloitte, data scientists and ML engineers, AI ML engineers are the most sought after professionals. right? Even in this pandemic situation. So quite clearly, there's nothing to worry about as far as jobs in data science is concerned. There are a lot of opportunities. And again, that's what the data says. So as per this survey done by Analytics India magazine, the number of open analytics jobs in India goes on increasing. And as per Accenture, what data scientists can expect to earn in India is at an entry level, which is right out of college, 6 to 8 lakhs per annum. Lateral hires, which are people uh, with maybe 3 to 5 years of experience, are going to get 15 to 25 lakhs per annum, and senior advisors are going to get 25 plus lakhs per annum, which is 5 years and more of experience. So we know people with 5 6 years of experience earning 40 45 lakhs per year. So quite clearly, data science pays very very well, much more than many other job profiles. And that is simply because there's a huge shortage of skilled talent in this industry. There are a lot of job openings, but not enough people to fill it up. So again, from this survey, the charts have been taken. So if you look at the chart on the top left corner, where are the most number of jobs? It's in Bangalore, the National Capital Region, and Mumbai. They contribute more than almost 55 to 60% of the jobs around the country, followed by Pune, Hyderabad, Chennai, etc. What kind of experience levels are people being hired at? So the chart at the bottom left corner, 20% of jobs are for those, with less than 1 year of experience, that is freshers. For those between 1 to 5 years of experience, more than 45% of jobs are for such kind of people. For those between 5 to 10 years of experience, more than 25% of jobs are for such kind of people. And for those more than 10 years of experience, having more than 10 years of experience, that's about 6% of the jobs. So it's a very good spread where there are jobs across the board for any kind of experience level. And this is relevant experience, not just in data science or machine learning. What tools are being most sought after? It is Python and R, which are being sought after the most. And on the chart on the bottom right corner, which kind of organizations are hiring a lot of people in data science? It's the MNC, IT, and KPO service providers like IBM, Cognizant, Capgemini, and many other MNC companies, followed by domestic IT companies, then consulting firms, and various captive centers of MNC companies. So coming to our program, which is the PG program in data science by UPS and Edvancer, what is this program all about? So this is a program where you become a certified full stack data scientist from one of India's top university, UPS. Here, you will learn how to solve business problems through statistics, through machine learning, using various tools such as SQL, R, and Python. So you're not just going to learn the theory in isolation. You're not just going to learn programming and tools in isolation. You are going to learn how to combine the two of them to actually solve business problems. And you're going to do that through over 20 real world case studies. You're going to work on 12 real world projects, which will help you create a data science ready CV, right? So this is very important from a data scientist perspective because companies want people who can actually solve business problems. They don't just want people who can work on the tools or who understand statistics. They want people who can apply all of this to actually solve a real world problem. And this is where you are going to learn very well. All of these projects can act as experience on your CV, and your CV will be picked up by interviewers. The course is designed to create data scientists who are well armed to deliver on the job on day one. This means you don't need to be trained by anyone else after this program. You are ready to start working for your organization on day one itself, and that is what companies love. They don't want to waste time, time and money hiring someone and then training someone. They would rather put them on the available projects because anyways they have a lot of projects on hand. And the course has been designed by industry veterans who have more than 30 years of experience between them, and they know exactly what is required by the employers, and that is what they have put into the course. How does the program work? So we have two different learning options. One is the live instructor-led online class. The second is the self-paced video-based plus faculty support option. So in the first option, the live instructor-led online class, you are going to attend 150 hours of live classes held online. Plus we'll give you some separate videos also on SQL, etc. So any and every doubt you have will get solved in the class itself through live in-class doubt solving. So just like in a classroom, you would ask your doubts. Similarly, you'll ask your doubts in an online class and the faculty will answer it to you live. Apart from that, there are forums on which you can ask your questions once the classes end. And you can also, ask your questions over email and schedule phone calls. This is a 24 weekend program, 3 hours of online classes every Saturday and Sunday. So 3 hours each, that is. And that's how it becomes close to a 150-hour program. We have a comprehensive learning management system to which you will get lifetime access. On that LMS, you will find all the course content, the forums to ask your questions, and each and every class is going to get recorded. So you will be given access to those recordings also for your lifetime. So if you have missed a class or you want to revise what happened in the class, or at the end of the course when you are preparing for interviews, you want to again revise, or when you are on the job and you want to again try to go back to understanding something, you can actually access those videos whenever you want. So this is a big advantage that you'll get here. No one else provides a lifetime access. At the end of the course, post a project-based evaluation, you will get a certificate from Edvancer and from UPES. The fees for this live online class option is originally 1,15,000 plus taxes, but currently for this Independence Day, we are offering a 50% discount. So it works out to 59,990 plus GST, and you can make the payment in EMIs. At the moment for our next batch, which starts on 29th of August, timing being 2 to 5 in the afternoon, you just need to pay 5,000 to register yourself, and the rest can be done through EMIs through our financing partner before the batch begins. The self-paced video-based plus faculty support option is where you don't attend live classes online. You go through 150 hours of recorded class videos from our prior batches at your pace and time. So since you're not attending live classes, you won't be able to ask your doubts live, but you can ask them on the forums, you can ask them via emails and schedule phone calls, and you will get a response within 24 hours. There are no deadlines, no timelines. You can learn at your pace, at your time. You can learn as slow as you want, as fast as you want. There is no compulsion on you. Everything else remains the same, including the access and the certification. Just the fees comes down to 39,990 plus GST till the 16th of August. That's again 50% off, and you can pay in EMIs through our financing partner. There are no batches. You can start learning anytime you want, even today. So what exactly are we going to cover in this program? So initially we'll take you through a more detailed introduction to data science and cover the data science project methodology through a real world case study. Then you'll get some videos on SQL to go through. Then we'll cover the basics of the R tool for about 9 to 10 hours. We'll only be doing the basics. Then we'll cover basic statistics, data visualization, and how to clean data in R for another 15 hours or so. So for almost 25 hours, we'll just be working on your basics. Then we'll move into the advanced aspects, which is advanced statistical techniques through which you can solve business problems using something called as predictive analytics. So for the next more than 30 hours, you'll be going through advanced statistical techniques. And then after that, again, for the next 66 hours, you'll be going through machine learning in Python, where again, we'll spend a lot of time on basics of Python, basics of machine learning, and then go through the advanced machine learning techniques. And finally, for 15 hours, you will be able to choose one domain or one vertical in which you want to specialize out of 5 choices. And UPS offers this specialization, and you can specialize in that single domain with them. So you can, be a specialist in that domain as far as data science is concerned. Who are our faculty? They are all industry professionals who have anything between 3 to 10 years of experience in this field across multiple domains. There is top class computer science faculty from UPS, and our industry expert faculty, apart from their years of industry experience, also have years of training experience, and they have trained thousands of students between them. And that is quite important from a faculty perspective, because not only should they know their subject, but they should also know how to impart the knowledge of that subject to someone who is new to it, right? So any faculty who is good at doing so is a good faculty, and that is where our faculty really excel. Apart from that, their education comes from some of the best institutes like IITs, ISIs, NITs, etc. And today I can proudly say that some of the best faculty work with Edvancer. Some of our corporate clients, we work with the who's who of industry. We work with Fortune 100, Fortune 500 companies training their teams in data science. We work with companies like Fractal, Deloitte, Cognizant, PwC, Accenture, EY, GE, Colgate, Genpact, etc. And apart from that, we work with many other companies, including startups. And not only do we train their teams in data science, we provide them the same certification that you'll also be getting. And that's how our certification is widely recognized in the industry. And we also help many of these companies in terms of hiring. So they approach us whenever there is an opening, and we keep you updated with all such openings, and help you out in terms of getting a job at such kind of companies. So thanks for being patient enough in terms of listening to me so far. And as a token of our gratitude, all of you will get a free course on data visualization in Tableau on enrolling for the PG program by 16th August. And you'll also get a special 5,000 rupee special discount if you enroll for the live classes by 16th August. So instead of 59,990, it will become 54,990 plus taxes. So before I open up the floor for Q&A at your end, there are some frequently asked questions that I would like to cover right up front so that you don't need to ask them again. So one question that we frequently get is, do the courses require a programming or a statistical or mathematical background? And the answer is no. Having such a background is absolutely not essential. We are teaching everything from the basics onwards, and you will be able to learn well as long as you put in the time to practice. A lot of people with no such background have done this course with us and moved on into a career in data science. So no need to worry on that account. How will data science or the courses help your career? So one is you get a high growth career in this field. Let me say that what does one exactly require from their career? You want a career where you keep on growing, where you keep on earning well every year, and the work that you do is making some impact and giving you satisfaction. Data science gives you all three, right? It gives you a high growth career because it itself is such a high growth field. On salaries, I've already mentioned that the kind of salaries that data scientists earn is much more than many other fields, and every year salaries keep increasing by 15 to 25%. And if you make a jump, it can easily increase between 50 to 100% also. And the work that you are doing here is going to impact the fortunes of the company, and you'll be working alongside some of the top management. So the work that you are going to do here is very impactful and satisfying. So you're getting all three aspects of a career here. So the whole point is, why wouldn't anyone want to work in data science? There's no reason at all. What is the salary I can expect after the courses? Now, I can't tell you your exact salary, but what we have seen is that our students get anything between a 40 to 100% pay hike in their salaries when they make a switch to data science, and freshers get anything in the region of 5 to 6 lakhs. Your salary will depend on your background, company, job role, education, etc. Do you provide placement assistance? I can see someone has already asked that question. So yes, what we do is we help you with your resume preparation, we help you with your interview preparation. A lot of companies from the top IT companies to startups come to us looking to hire our students. What we do is we keep sending across such opportunities to you on a weekly basis. We will forward your CVs to these companies if you would like to apply to their openings, and we will coordinate for setting up interviews. And in this also, you will get dual assistance from Edvancer and UPS. So UPS works with more than 3,500 recruiters. They have a lot of connect, and you'll be getting dual placement assistance from both institutes. Of course, a lot of this placement activity is going to be concentrated in India because we are India specific at the moment. But any opportunities that come from outside India, we will always be sending it across to you. So I'll open up the floor for Q&A now. Any questions that you have, please feel free to ask, but I'll be answering them in the order of first asked, first answered. So if you find that your question is not been answered, do be patient. I will come to it and answer it. Don't put it up again. All right. And in the meantime, these are just a few examples of some of our students who have moved on into a career in data science and what their backgrounds were earlier. And you can see that their backgrounds have been very, very varied. All right. So feel free to ask your questions and I'll be taking up them one by one. So Jaya's question is, why is there not much demand for more than 10 years experience? So Jaya, at more than 10 years experience, you are typically in a leadership kind of role in data science, this being a young field. So obviously at a leadership kind of role, the number of jobs will be fewer than the ones at a junior level. But as I say that, the number of jobs keep increasing every year, and even in the plus 10 years category, those jobs also correspondingly increase. Lakshmi, your question is, what about the job placements in USA? So I've already said that most of our placements for the moment is focused on India, but any opportunities that come to us, we will definitely try to help you on the same. Shahrukh, your question is, you completed your MCA in 2016, but you don't have any IT experience, and you completed your data science course. After you complete your data science course, what will be your package? So Shahrukh, I can't tell you your exact package, but you can expect anything between a 40 to 100% pay hike. Jaya, your further questions are your timeline for finishing the course. So this is a 150-hour course, which is done over 24 weekends live. If you're going for self-paced, it depends on how much time you put in during the day. So you can expect, learning hours across assignments, projects, and videos of something close to about 350 hours. And you can figure out how much time you can put in the day to cover that, right? What is the cutoff age to switch to data science? There is absolutely no cutoff age. People with even 20 years of experience have switched to data science. So there's nothing to worry on that account. Only 20% jobs for freshers. So how best do you stand a chance of getting the job? So 20% jobs are for those below 1 year experience and freshers, and that is straight and fresh out of college. That is not for people who are already working somewhere. So while you may be fresh and new to data science, that doesn't make you a fresher. Okay. Um, any references will be provided. So I've already explained to you our placement assistance system. So that's how it's going to work. How about the AI course from Edvancer? How does it compare with this one? So the AI course on top of data science adds in a module on deep learning, which is for again another 60 hours or so. So that will train you on all the deep learning and artificial intelligence techniques, which are more advanced than machine learning techniques. Okay. So that is in association with TCS, at the end of which you give a final exam with TCS Ion, and get TCSI and ProCert from them. Jaya, again on the placement support front, it's more India specific, not outside India as such. The certification is something which is going to be based on more project evaluation as far as the data science course is concerned. And that is where you can go on attempting the projects till you clear it. On the TCS AI program, the certification exam with TCS is something that you give. If you don't clear it, you can give it again after paying for that exam. I hope that has answered all your questions, Jaya. Praveen, your question is you have a 50%, 58% in BTech. Is there any impact on interview? Praveen, till date, no company has ever asked us or asked our students what is their percentage in BTech. Companies are much more focused on your data science skill sets and whether you can deliver on those. And that's what they care about. Sharath, your question is, does everyone who gets certification gets a placement for sure? So Sharath, first and foremost, we do not offer a placement guarantee kind of thing because no one in this world can guarantee a job for anyone, right? It really depends on your own performance during the interviews. So what we can tell you is that we will give you the best possible placement assistance, and that is where a lot of our students have benefited. And in fact, a lot of our students have gotten jobs even without our assistance, simply because we focus so much on training you well that you don't really need our assistance also. The projects that you work on, put on your CV, you can start applying with your CV anywhere you want, and a large proportion of companies will come back to you for interviews, right? So while I can assure you, you will get the best possible placement assistance from us, no one in this world can give you a guarantee. Zenith, your question is you have a career gap and you would like to resume your work. Will it be helpful for you? So in fact, it's quite essential given your career gap that you learn new skills, Zenith. There have been many women like you in the past who have taken this course after a career gap and they have definitely benefited from it, going on to restart their careers. The fact is, since you have a career gap, filling it in with a new skill set will be very helpful because one, it will show the new employer that you are doing something with your time, doing something useful. Secondly, if you go back to your earlier kind of skill set, there are anyways a lot of people over there looking for jobs who don't have career gaps. So you are going to be at a disadvantage over there. And third is a lot of companies are now pretty much open to taking up women again after career gap. In fact, there are active schemes that they have to look for such kind of women. So you definitely stand a good chance, Zenith. Anusha, your question is you're working in the automotive industry, you have 3 years of experience. If you switch your career now, will your experience be counted? So Anusha, definitely, I mean, given that it is in the automotive industry, you have some domain knowledge of the automobile sector, and that will be helpful to you. It may not be that your entire experience gets counted, but definitely from a salary perspective, you won't get impacted, right? Because your salary will turn out to be higher than what you are getting right now. Farhan, your question is what tools are you using in the data science course? So Farhan, we are teaching you R, Python, and SQL, and we'll be giving you the Tableau program for free. So that makes it 4 different tools in this course. R, Python, SQL, and Tableau, which are the 4 most important tools in the world of data science. Bhavin, your question is it necessary to first learn data engineering before data scientists? Not at all, Bhavin, because data engineering deals with the tools and frameworks like Hadoop and Spark. It deals with the processing and storage of data, and that is something which is done by a completely different person who is a data engineer. So data scientist and data engineer will eventually be 2 different roles in most companies. So you don't need to learn one before the other. Abir, your question is there are many courses of data science like PGP, diploma, 6 months to 2 years, which is good, which is useful. So I think Abir, you have to compare based on certain factors. And the most important factor is value for money, right? Where are you getting the value for money? Where are you getting all the learning that you need to become a data scientist? without completely emptying your bank account to pay for that course? Where are you getting a very useful and relevant certification without again having to empty your bank account? So that is something that has to be top of mind. And then you have to look at various other factors like the quality of the curriculum, the quality of the faculty, the past experience of students. You have to compare based on that. So, once you have done that comparison, or you would like to understand more about such kind of comparisons from us, feel free to get in touch with our team and they can help you out better. So this is our number here. You can call us and have a chat on these factors. Narendra, your question is, you're a BCom graduate. Will company consider such kind of backgrounds? Yes, Narendra. Even BComs get recruited into data analytics and data science. A lot of BCom background people actually take up our data analytics specialization course because that is more relevant for them. So you can take a look at that program, Narendra. That will probably be as useful to you as the data science program. Anusha, your question is, if you switch, will you be considered as fresher or experienced? So some part of your experience will be considered, Anusha. So you won't go in completely at a fresher level. You will go in at probably a 1.5 or 2 years kind of experience level. Lakshmi, we have a tie-up with financing partners through whom you can pay the fee in EMIs. So it can be done over 6 EMIs post a down payment. They will obviously need to approve that first because it's kind of a loan that you are taking, an interest-free loan that you are taking. There is no interest on that, but you will need to submit some of your documents and get approved for that. So our team will take you through that process and explain to you what is necessary and how to go about doing it. Shahrukh, we are teaching you Python in our data science program, so you don't need to learn it anywhere. And yes, for data science, Python is mandatory. Sharath, I have already answered your question on that front. Bhavin, this course is accredited with UPS, and UPS by itself is accredited with UGC and NAAC. All right, so this is a postgraduate certification course that you are doing with the university. Prathamesh, you have done your BE in computer science and currently you're pursuing your MBA in finance. Is there any module which can help you to go forward with the financial analyst program? Yes, Prathamesh, I think this data science program is something that you can combine with finance to actually become a financial analytics professional or a risk analytics kind of professional. That will help you a lot. Data science skill sets are going to be very, very useful to you in such kind of a career going forward. Srinath, you are a mainframe developer. You don't have knowledge of data science. And is learning data science complicated? So Srinath, the whole point of doing a data science course is that you don't have that knowledge and hence you're doing the course to learn data science, right? And people like you have done these courses in the past and have really succeeded in their careers. So you don't need to worry about your background as such or what is going on in your life currently. Data science is something that a lot of people will need to learn and do need to learn because it is like the new kind of literacy, the new kind of language where anyone and everyone should be able to analyze data. That is where these kind of courses will definitely help you move forward in your career, get into a new job, etc. Priyanka, your question is, you have done an MBA, you are interested mainly in HR analytics, so you just want related to that. So Priyanka, I would suggest you do our data analytics course. It has an HR project in that, and doing that course will help you get into HR analytics. So even for HR analytics, that what you need to learn is all that is there in our data analytics specialization. Jaya, we will keep sending you job opportunities. So even after people get placed, also they keep getting job opportunities from us. So there is no limit from our end. Rishabh, your question is, you completed your MBA in marketing. You're from the batch of 2020. You already have a master's degree. How will it provide an add-on to your career? Right now you're doing B2B sales, but you want to switch your career into a technical domain. So Rishabh, I think, marketing is one of the largest verticals where data science is being used. I already gave you that example of sales and marketing, of churn management, of the e-commerce industry. All of that has a lot of aspects of marketing and sales into it. So given your domain knowledge, you add on the data analytics and data science skill sets on top of it, and you get into a career as far as marketing analytics is concerned, for instance, or sales analytics is concerned, or CRM analytics is concerned. So there's a huge potential for someone like you to work in this field. Adley, your question is, you work as a business analyst and have 3 years experience in e-commerce domain, but you don't know programming languages. So will this be suitable for you? So I have already mentioned that you don't need to have a programming background. We are going to teach you R and Python from the basics onwards. All right. So you don't need to worry about it. How difficult is this course, Jaya? Well, I can say that anyone from a 18-year-old to a 60-year-old can do this course, Jaya. Difficult is in your mindset. It is not in the course. There's nothing like rocket science about this. This is plain and simple statistics and mathematics, which you have already learned in your +2 or in your graduation. And as far as the programming is concerned, it is like learning any language. You just need to practice it on a daily basis. That is all, right? So there is nothing difficult here. If it was difficult, honestly, we wouldn't have trained more than 7,000 people till date. Prajita, the course fee is divided over 6 EMIs. I think our team will guide you better on that as to what it will work out monthly. So you can get in touch with them and they will help you out on the exact number. Spurti, your question is, do we get to learn the practical of processing raw data scientifically using the tools from your session? So that is what I clearly mentioned earlier, Spurti. You're not just going to learn the tools in isolation. You're not just going to learn the theory in isolation. You are actually going to learn how to combine the two of them to be able to solve business problems, to be able to analyze data. You are going to learn through 20 real world case studies, hands-on. There are 12 real world projects in this program, which you are going to do hands-on. So this is something, I mean, this course is so practical. I don't think there is any other course in this industry which is so practical and hands-on. Narendra, I hope I have already answered your question. If you have missed it or not heard it, please feel free to ask it again. Farhan, your question is, can Python and SQL perform big data dataset prediction? So Python and SQL are tools, right? The prediction is also done using the statistical and mathematical techniques. So when we say big data, we are referring to either large amount of data or data in varied formats, and Python and SQL can easily help you do that. Adley, your question is our data science course having any cloud lab? So you don't need any cloud lab data, Adley. All these tools are free and open source, and they will be downloaded and installed on your own system so that you can work on it anytime you want. That way you are not restricted by any kind of access to a cloud lab, a limited access to a cloud lab or something of that sort. Machine learning is part of data science, Farhan. Rishabh, our batch size ranges between 25 to 35 people. Rahul, no, we don't cover Excel in this program simply because the world has moved beyond Excel in the sense that the kind of data or the quantity of data that you would eventually be analyzing doesn't really work on Excel. that kind of quantity, if you start analyzing on Excel, your Excel itself will crash, right? So that is where tools like R and Python come into the picture. And in the industry, you will be expected to use R and Python. Yes, Adley, all those concepts are covered in the UPS data science program. Priyanka, your question, I don't know if I've already answered it or not. I think I did, but just Priyanka Khadke. Let me quickly see which question you had actually asked. Priyanka, I haven't received any question from you. Please ask your question. Right. I either have missed your question somewhere or you have not asked it at all. Please feel free to put it up again, Priyanka, and I'll come to it and answer it. Lakshmi, your question is what type of certification is it? Is it like training certification or OCP certification kind of certification? So Lakshmi, this is a certification from a university and an institute. In data science, there is no company as such or no tool provider who gives any kind of certification. Okay, so R and Python are open source tools. There is no company behind them, so no one will provide you a company certification like an Oracle or a Microsoft certification. All certifications that are available from an institute or a university. And the whole point of doing these certifications is so that you get a job, right? So I think that should have answered your question, Lakshmi. Bhageshri, some of those domains I exactly don't remember all of them, but they are into supply chain, finance, oil and gas, and there are a couple of more which I don't recollect immediately, but we can get back to you with that. Adley, your question is the role of product manager in a data science field. So today, Adley, as a product manager, you are also going to be working with a lot of data about how your product is being used by your customers. So again, you'll be doing a lot of data analysis on that data. And that's where you can combine product management and data science. Also at the same time, a lot of data science products are being created. And those data science products also need product managers who understand data science. So that's where you can work in this dual kind of role where either you are a product manager who has data science skill sets, or you are a data scientist who has product management skill sets. Neha, your question is how long is the AI program, and after this course, is it easy to clear the TCS ProCert certification? So Neha, the AI certification program is about 7.5 to 8 months in duration. About 180 hours of classes are there. And the whole point of offering this TCS ProCert certification is because it covers all that. The course covers all that is required to clear this certification, right? That is why TCS and Edvancer have joined hands for this program. So once you are done with the course, once you are well versed and you have revised things, it is very easy to clear the TCS ProCert certification. Bhavin, your question is about business opportunities for a data scientist. So when you say business opportunities, is it from a startup and a business kind of perspective? Because again, there's a lot of opportunity for data scientists to have their own kind of consulting company to actually come up with different products, data science products, which can be used by companies. So a lot of such opportunities exist, and eventually it is your own imagination and your own drive, which is the limitation. That's all. Prem, the certification format is available on our website. You can take a look at it there. At the moment, our website is undergoing some maintenance, so it may not be immediately available. But once it's available, you can take a look at that format over there. Adley, your question is what kind of corporate collaborations Edvancer has for recruitment and projects? I think I have already showcased some of those company logos to you. I've already spoken about the placement assistance we are offering. And the projects are something that we are giving you in-house. These are already projects which have been done for companies in the past. And that is where they are real world projects which you will be working on. Kiran, your question is you have 10 years teaching background experience in mechanical engineering. You're doing your PhD in your final year and you have done research on your core topic. Now you want to change your title a little bit with applications of ANN and you want to go for career transition. You want to enter into the platform and of AI into an edtech. So I think Kiran, then you should look at our AI program that will teach you the artificial neural network techniques also and help you transition your career into AI. And a lot of people with a mechanical engineering background have moved into that because there's a lot of work around computer vision, around design, which can be done using AI. No, Adley, we don't use dummy data sets. We will be using real world data in our projects. Jaya, if you want to work in BI, definitely this course will also help you because you'll be learning Tableau, you'll be learning SQL, you'll be learning, basic data analysis. So you'll be learning dashboarding, etc. So it will help you work in BI also. Rahul, I have already answered your question on advanced Excel that we are not covering the same in our course because it is not required in the industry. Lakshmi, we are offering you over 12 projects in this course, of which you need to complete a minimum of 5 projects to clear the certification. Priyanka, in HR analytics, is Python or R language used? In HR analytics, it depends eventually on the company that you are working for. If they prefer Python, you'll be using Python. If they prefer R, you'll be using R. And sometimes the work can be done just using Tableau and SQL, right? So it really depends on the project, on the requirements, on the company. Jaya, I think the most used tools in the industry as far as visualization is concerned are Power BI and Tableau. So if you know at least one of those, that's kind of good enough. Prajita, yes, the classes are on weekends. The timing for the next batch, which starts on 29th of August, is 2 to 5 in the afternoon. And, if you're joining as a group of more than 5, we will definitely offer you additional discounts. So guys, just before I proceed to the next question, I'll be opening up the floor for Q&A. I'll be opening up a small poll. The responses are anonymous, but it just would help us understand, the numbers involved. That's all. So just click on the small circle and that will give us your response. So Prajita, you can connect with our team and they will guide you further on the discount offerings, etc. Pratmesh, yeah, a lot of financial companies also come to us looking for, data scientists. So definitely that scope is always existing. Rishabh, again, the scope for marketing analytics is huge because most of the jobs, a lot of the projects do revolve around marketing because that is where humongous amount of data can be actually collected and utilized. So there's huge scope for marketing analytics. Farhan, your question is what is the use of machine learning in data science? So machine learning is a part of data science. It is used to actually automate the entire decision-making process. So just like I explained to you in, for the example of e-commerce, for the recommendation engine, that is something created using machine learning. Adley, the range of pay packages, again, I cannot really give you any kind of figures because it varies quite significantly between company to company, industry to industry. But whatever you are earning right now, you can get anything between a 40 to 100% pay hike. Atul, your question is people from mechanical engineering doing this course? Lots of them, Atul. A lot of people from a mechanical engineering background are doing this program also and have actually moved into data science too. Bhageshri, I think I already mentioned that 3 of the domains are supply chain, finance, oil and gas. I'll come back with 2 more domains. I kind of don't recollect them right now. Marketing, I think, should be one. Kathalisa, it would be wonderful if you could put up your question again. That would be helpful. Prem, the certification format is available on our website. Please go ahead and take a look at it there once our website is out of maintenance. Priyanka, Sharma, your question is you're from a technical background. That's why you're asking more about the technical knowledge. Is it used in MBA HR analytics or not? So Priyanka, don't worry about too much about the technology. You have to learn what is useful to an organization. We will teach you that. You may be from a non-technical background, and that is where our data analytics course will help you, Priyanka. It is meant for those who come from a non-technical background, right? So don't worry about all of these things right now. Everyone eventually learns something for the first time only. Priyanka Gadge, you have never asked a question. Please ask your question so that I can answer it. Bhageshri, as a pass out of 2015, will it be an issue? Not really, Bhageshri, as long as you can convince a company as to what you are doing between 2015 and 2020, the fact that you have developed new skills, I don't think it will be an issue at all. Bhavin, yes, I mean, there are a lot of startups in data science, to be very honest, uh, you can just do a Google search, you'll find many startups in data science. The whole world of data science today is about startups only. Yes, Jaya, out of the 12 projects, you can pick and choose 5 projects that you want to work on and complete them. And how long it takes to finish each one of them, I think you will need to devote between 15 to 20 hours on each one of them. Jaya, the timings for the classes at the moment for the next batches, 2 to 5 in the afternoon Indian time. So that is for everybody. We also have batches for at 9 to 12. So the next batch in September will be 9 to 12 India time. So if that suits you, you can definitely go in for it, or you can take up the self-paced course. It's going to work exactly in the same way, except for the live doubt solving part. Atul, so I'll just close the poll in a couple of, in the next 10 to 20 seconds, in case anyone has missed answering it, can do so right now. And then I'll show you the fees involved, Atul. Bhavin, your question is the role of AI higher valuable, payable than a data scientist, and can we go for AI directly without data scientists? So Bhavin, AI also will cover whatever is being covered in data science course, and on top of that, it will cover something called as deep learning. So when you go in for AI, you will also be learning data science, and on top of that, deep learning. So all of these are essentially part of the whole field of data science only. So it's just more about different levels of complexity and technical capability. That is all. Kathalisa, your question is, should you work as an intern somewhere before aspiring to work as a data scientist? You have completed your bachelor's in math. So Kathalisa, we do get a lot of internship opportunities also for our students. So definitely if that is something that you would like to do, you can go in for an internship. Otherwise, many freshers also get recruited at our end into full-time roles. So you don't need to worry about an internship as such. Rahul, you would like to know more about my professional background. So Rahul, I am the founder and CEO at Edvancer. Before starting Edvancer in 2013, my background was into investment banking and equity analytics. I handle all the business related aspects of Edvancer here. I am not a data scientist and I'm not going to be your faculty. Our faculty are all data scientists themselves, right? In terms of my educational background, I completed my MBA from IIM Lucknow in 2006, and I am an engineer from Mumbai University before that. Rajesh, sorry, let me just close the poll here. And Atul, the fees are mentioned here on the screen in front of you. So Rajesh, you are a tech lead with 13 years of experience in IT. What role should you target in data science and which domain? So I think if you have worked in any specific domain in the IT industry, that's something that you should be targeting. And as a role in data science, I think what you should be targeting is something as a senior data scientist or a data science consultant, or as more of a data science business analyst, Rajesh. Those are the kind of roles that would be very, very open for you. And you'll be leading teams at this kind of a level. Neha, the difference between the PG program in data science and the AI certification program is that in AI, you learn all that is to learn in data science course. And on top of that, you are learning deep learning also, right? So you'll be learning something more advanced in AI apart from what you are learning in data science. And in AI, it's not a PG program from a university, it's in association with a company, which is TCS. So these are the two main differences. Rishabh, I think on the question on placements, I've already answered it multiple times. But just for your knowledge again, we will be helping you with your resume preparation. We'll be helping you with your interview preparation. We will keep sending you a lot of job opportunities that keep coming up to us. If you'd like to apply to any of those job opportunities, we will send across your CV to the relevant people in those companies. And then, we will schedule and coordinate for interviews, etc. So that is how we'll be helping you, Rishabh. And we get, job opportunities from all kinds of companies, from top IT companies to data science startups to other startups to consulting companies, corporates, etc. Jayati, you have just gone through a demo class right now. This was the demo class. All right, guys, so I have reached the end of the list of questions. If there are any further questions, please feel free to ask, or you are free to exit. I'd look forward to all of you joining our program going forward. It's a great, offer that we are providing you till the 16th of August. Do avail of it. Data science is a very vast field with huge opportunities. Your career will get transformed. Your life will get transformed once you get into data science. I can assure you of that. So if this is something of interest to you, do make it a point to learn. Your learning will not go to waste. All right. Thank you.